I've definitely had many like challenging managers over the years and leaders that I've reported to over the years that have shaped what like how I am showing up now. I think one of them was very challenging, I think, and intentional of being very specific on how detailed I was. And because I was definitely in the mindset of let's get everything done fast. And if it's not perfect, it's okay because we're moving really quickly and let's do it. And they were more methodical. And I was not methodical. And it's still with me today. I think that's the thing is that it was maybe the communication and the way it was delivered was not the best and not received as well as I wish it could have been, and definitely have scars from emotional scars from that. But on the other side of it, which has taken me many years to process and get to this point, it was not something that like happened over like a year. And I was like, oh, that makes total sense. Like, this has taken me years to process. I now realize, oh, I get what they were going for. They were trying to tell me to slow down and think more thoroughly about every problem that I'm working on. And I've taken that to heart, and it's been really interesting to see almost a 360 of my life of now I am instilling a lot of that level of being methodical in my team as well. But I'm trying to do it in a very different, I think it's just a different way so that it comes off as this is why we need to do this. And this is why maybe don't do this, but do that. So I think it's been something that has almost reshaped me as a leader. And I think it's actually helped me as a leader too. But it was super painful going through it because no one wants to get feedback on themselves. And I was young in my career and getting very, very harsh feedback and had a lot of self doubt, a lot of imposter syndrome, was not sure I was even going to potentially continue on with the career I was going on because I just didn't know if I was just completely crap at my job potentially. And I got through it. And I think the perseverance side of me was just took over at one point. But I think it helped shape me as a leader. So I think that when I think about the feedback I give to people and like when I give it, I think about how is that going to shape them as well? And can I give it in a way that's going to be effective and maybe not give them those scars that I have too?
Yeah, I think that's so fascinating because I was really curious. Like, how do you balance the benefit of this rigor, but with that the psychological safety for your team? Like, and I think I think you've shared that's been I think a red thread through this entire our time together is how important it is to consider how our presence, what we're saying, how we're showing up, what we're what we're communicating, the experience that we're creating, how is that being received and could be received by another person? And going through these scenarios that can help us think that through. And when you think about the team formation, forming the culture of an organization that you've spoken about, it really takes that moment of pause of taking the time to really consider what is the experience that we're creating in other people. And there's something that came up in me while I was thinking of, while you were speaking, is this idea. It's called systems intelligence and systems leadership. It can be very complex, but in a nutshell, it says we have our own experience. There are so many other people having their own experience at the same time. When we get put together, the experiences that we have can be shared, and we affect the experience of other people, and they affect us too. And the research is showing the more we become aware of all of that, the more effective our communications are, the more harmonious they are, faster resolution, better productivity, performance, collaboration. And I'm just really grateful for you sharing a lens into how you do that and also how to foster that within an organization.